Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 and ballyspring. Right, so before we start the video, please hit the like button if you're enjoying the videos, and also if you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well, because that really does help my channel out. So, we're back on ballyspring. It's been a while actually. I think the last episode I did was just before my holiday, so yeah, it's definitely been a bit of time. And I have done a bit of work in between the episodes, so we're now in August. Right at the start of August, we've got quite a few things on the horizon as well. We are going to move some of the cows though. I know it's not probably the best time to move all the cows. We're going to keep the majority of them outside. And they're still feeding a lot, they really are. I've actually used all the maize in the bunker. So we're actually moving on to silage now, grass silage in the bales that we've got. So what I quickly just want to do, I think the trigger's probably about... Yeah, it's there, I've just gone past it. I want to move all the male cows into that new area. So there are obviously going to be calves, but I think it's better to just get them set up now in there, ready for... Well, they're going to have a different type of feed, really. There's no point in giving them the full TMR. A bit like the heifers that we've got at the top of the farm, all the way up there, we're going to just give them probably a bit of hay. I think that'll tie them over, and then just before we obviously want to, you know, sell them. I don't know if it'll affect the price we get, depending on how happy they are, but yeah, we'll have to find out. So let's move 6 over, move to the trailer. And I've still got some left, so we're gonna have to move them over after, just 6 at a time, which isn't too bad. Yeah, I think it's best to sort this out now. Got a lot of calves pretty much out with the, obviously the main milker herd, and eventually they're all going to get separated out. They're all going to have their own place to go. I mean, we've got pigs as well that we need to buy as soon as we get the maize chopped and make some CCM. And we're getting close on everything. Pretty much all the fields, there'll be potatoes soon that we need to sort out, harvest, which is going to be for the pigs as well. And the cows, but then we're also going to have a hell of a lot of maize to sort out. We need some that we're going to turn into basically CCM, so it'll be harvesting it as corn first, and then we'll move over to the maize silage again. We got 2 fields this time, so we should get double the amount in the bunker, and we definitely need it. I mean, it's August and we've already ran out of it, so goes to show how much we needed that maize silage. I'm just glad we've got a lot of grass silage as backup, and we've also got a lot of hay this time round. We filled up this shed with all the hay we did last time. And you can see that the second cut there is ready, but we're not going to do that in this episode. But when we do, I am just going to make another load of hay, and then if we get a third cut, I'll make some grass silage. I think that's the best way to go. Now, I just want to apologise in advance. I've got a bit of a sore throat, so if I sound different, that'll be the reason why. I'm hoping it won't affect me too much recording these videos. Right, so we've got another 6 here. Probably should check how many we've got, just so we can get an idea of how many trips this is going to take. So we've only got one more trip after that. And then we'll go and get a few, probably like 2 hay bales, because they are only calves still. So we're not going to be feeding them loads. We have got the igloos, and we could put the calves in there, but I'm just going to have that separated off over here. For beef stock, really. And that's what these are. So there we go. So we've got 12 in there already. So thinking about it, obviously this is a big shed for just some male calves that are actually Holsteins, so the milking breed. We could at some point get ourselves a proper beef stock kind of breed to go with the Holstein, because we're always going to get some male calves from our milkers. And at the same time, we want to beat them up, you know, we want to build them up, we want to sell them at the best price to make some extra income. And income's really important, it is. With us using Maize Plus and the amount of feed the cows consume, yeah, it's difficult. It's more difficult. I feel like we're getting less, you know, income than what we could do, especially with the milk. Like, I mean, we're taking a massive hit still on water costs. It's crazy, really, this map, the amount it's charging me for water. We'll have a quick look in a minute. I'll give you an overview of it, but it's definitely, it feels like I'm getting ripped off by the water board. I'm just going to say that. I feel like I might dig my own borehole to try and counteract it. It'd be really good if we could get like a borehole mod that reduced the amount that I'd have to pay for the water. That would be good. But unfortunately we're not going to be able to do that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not making, don't get me wrong, I'm still making it a good amount a month, I'd say, profit. But it could be a lot more. I know we're paying off, you know, our loan interests and, you know, and leasing and all that stuff. It does add up. It really does. But as long as we're still making a good profit, then everything's working out. But we can obviously make more. We're going to get pigs, obviously beef stock, and yeah, we'll definitely be making more. But we're doing well. It's been, what was it, June day 1, I think, the last episode, so it's technically 2 months we've advanced, and we've moved up to 93,000, and that's not bad at all. Now, in this episode, we are going to be leasing out something that's really needed. We're going to need it for, well, quite a few things, so I'm going to keep hold of it. But we're not going to be able to buy it just yet. It's probably something that I'm going to look at maybe in year 3. And we need to get a harvester, because the first job we're going to do, and the main focus of this episode, is to get the canola harvested. And we're going to sell that just for profit. So we're also going to be doing straw from that field, so we'll probably do the baling probably in the next episode, thinking about it. Depends. We could do it in this one. Maybe I could do that and get Courseplay doing its thing. Yeah, that's probably a better shout. Anyway, let's go and sort this out first. Let's just finish off the feed. Probably want this guy. You can see that the bunker's completely empty, and I've also ran out of all the hay over here, so we are on the limit. We'll take this, because just to pick up a few bales will be fine. And we're going to get a lot, aren't we, from there. I'm going to try and do it a little bit better this time when it comes to the, yeah, when it comes to the silage in the bunker, the maize silage. I'm going to see if I can use some kind of, I don't know, maybe auto drive, Courseplay, definitely. I mean, last time we did the carting, which I didn't mind doing, wasn't a problem at all. I just found that it was a bit difficult with Courseplay, and ooh, going past it. Yeah, with Courseplay, and I was doing the carting and unloading. It just, yeah, it didn't work as well as I would have liked. There is better ways, so we'll try and figure out if there's something else we can do on that. So let's see if we can carry 3 bales here. The one thing I am enjoying about this series, though, is we've worked hard and we're starting to see, you know, quite a lot of reward. You know, we're getting to that point now where, there we go. There we go. Yeah, there's a, you know, we've worked hard and we're seeing quite a lot of reward now for everything that we've put in. This time of year, we're going to be doing a lot of work. When we're obviously going to be busy with the maize, busy with potatoes, we've obviously got canola now. Then there's going to be all the animals that are going to need a lot of attention after that. With the CCM that we're going to bring in, it's just going to allow us to, yeah, to get pigs. And after that point, year 3 is going to be a busy year. But I'm hoping that year 3 will be when we can probably say that we're an established farm. We've hit most of our targets, and we're making some serious cash. And obviously then, at that point, you can choose whether to maintain it or try another map. It really is a pretty good point. Now, I know I used the animal trailer just because I thought, why not? But there is that. We could have used that solution, which I did set up in the last episode. We got this golf cart, and we obviously can drive around with That on the back. Now that is one of the strangest things I have ever seen. What are you all doing? That's a very strange nav mesh. That is, yeah, very strange. I don't even know what to say to that. I'm gonna obviously have to take a look at this this mod and see if we can fix it, because that's the one place them carves are not supposed to be. But go on, you can take it all. There we go. That is strange. That is really strange. I mean, I like it the way the feed's gone to the side, but having the cows just sitting here is just very strange. I mean, we best shut the door, aren't we? I don't know what else to say to that. Yep, we'll just leave them there. They're happy enough, I guess. It's a shame as well, because it's such a nice shed. It really is. Perfect for like some beef stock, and the price as well. Reasonable for the size, so. But they've obviously got like a navigational mesh that's built into this. And yeah. For some reason they're just congregating in the middle there. These four have got the idea. These are the good ones. These, you know. They've just hopped over for some reason. Anyway. We've done that. That's pretty much everything that we can do when it comes to our cows. I mean, the feed, they're just on the limit. Like, we're going to have to probably give them some feed very soon, but I'll be doing that just after the video ends, because I've been doing a lot of feeding, and it's you know, it can be a repetitive task to do on in the video. So yeah, I'll sort that out in between. But let's have a quick recap of it, because obviously 2 months has passed. So these are now at 13 months, the heifers. Same with the other heifers that we've got. Well, there's actually one that was living the dream out in the field. These are going to be our milkers at some point. They're quite happy with the amount of basically hay they've got. Obviously, the house at 0 because we're just giving them hay, but it ticks them over until we get to the point where they're going to need some TMR, and we bring them in with our milker herd. Sheep, though, that's pretty crazy. We've obviously got more lambs, more males as well. Again, the plan is to sell them. We've got 25 here that probably we should be taking, but the price is only going up. So as you can see, we've got 25 at 7 months, and they're at 295, but we've got 4 that are actually at 9 months, and they're at 337. So I think we hold on. We just hold on, because if we can get up to like the 400 mark, it just makes more sense. It just makes more sense to hold them. Yes, they're taking up feed, but really we're not adding feed because they're grazing. So as long as it doesn't become, you know, difficult where we're using more feed than we can actually generate from the grazing mod, then I think we just hold off. We hold off until we can see if we can get to about 400, which might be about 12 months. If we get to 12 months, I think that might be a good point to sell, but we don't want to keep too many. And we are, as you can see, holding quite a lot at the moment. So we need to keep all the females. Let's have a look at the males again. We've got 4 months over here, and we've got some that are obviously still lambs because, yeah, the 26 that are now 2 months. So there's a lot going on there. We are producing a lot of wool as well, which is always a good thing because it generates us a lot of... It's easy cash. The wool's great. It's easy cash. And the cows, if we have a quick look at, you see they're quite happily plodding along. We've got 14 that are now cow, 24 months. The bull's still plodding along. 30 milkers, proper milkers. Really, we've actually got 44 milkers here. And then that one heifer that I mentioned. And we've got 28 calves that are going to go out into the igloos as soon as we bring the calves in. So, yeah, a lot going on with the animals, but we don't need to worry about them just yet. Like I said, I will feed them, but they're quite happily just left alone. So let's quickly have a look at our money. So I just wanted to show you mainly the amount of income we're making. Obviously, this was a big hit here. We paid off the loan. We had a lot of stuff going on, but it's the water mainly that I want to look at. You can see that we had 6,800, but now we're at 9,000. Then 9,000. It's going up. I mean, 9,000 for a month on water bills is insane. It really is. And we're already at 1,166 here. But we did make a profit of 18,000 in July. Now, July I literally just fed and skipped through. There was nothing else going on. It was just milk income, which went down. It did go down a bit. So that's probably just to do with price fluctuations, to be honest. Maybe in June it went up a bit. So yeah, not the best, but it's not too bad. And you can see from our property maintenance and our vehicle leasing costs, it's hardly anything. You know, you can't really complain at any of that. Not at all, really. I mean, the only other negative we've got is our loan interest. So the loan is, you know, it's quite hefty, 5,000. Obviously, last month it was 6,000. We've taken out that extra loan to obviously build the shed. But really, 6,800. If we didn't have that 9,000 there, you know, if that was like 2,000, 1,000, which you probably expect from a water bill, really, then yeah, this would be a lot better. But we're still making good profit. It's 18,000. So let's jump down to the shop because we're going to need to buy ourselves harvester. Well, I say buy, we're going to lease it out, and then we're going to obviously need a trailer and a header so we can crack on with the canola. Now we're going to lease this out, we're going to use it for doing our corn for the CCM, and that's pretty much all we're going to need to do. So I did want to leave it like as late as possible just because we don't want to hold on to it too long. We're going to need something else for doing the silage, we're also going to need something else for doing the potatoes. So really, it's only going to be used on 2 fields, and we have got obviously a lot of fields. If I give you a quick update on the fields, I mean, just because it has been a while since an episode on Bally has dropped, but also 2 months has passed, the state of the growth, you can see that we're all pretty much on the final stages, and the grass is ready to chop. If we look at the precision farming, everything is pretty fine on that. All that's been taken care of. There's nothing else really to do except waiting for the harvest, which is right where we're at. 76 is our environmental score, so we will pick up a, I think we'll pick up, 88% increase on, well, bonus, we should say, on anything we sell. Now, I'm not entirely sure what harvester to go for. It's a difficult one. I know we don't want anything too small, but we also obviously can't go too big. So one that just sits pretty much in the middle ground. I mean, Alexian would be fine. There's no issue with Alexian. Don't really need anything too big. Like I said, the Massey Ferguson's nice. I do like that Massey. But I'm sure we got rid of a Massey in the first place. I think it was one of the small ones. One of these ones here. It could have been that one there that we got rid of. But it depends on the header size. Let's have a look at this Lexion. Look at the combinations. And we've got here a 10 metre and a 6 metre corn header. I mean, 10 metres is pretty decent. Is it too big for this field? We have combined multiple fields into one. So that is an option. I hate it how when I do that, it jumps me straight back out. When you go to combinations and then go back. I mean, top line is not bad. How big's the header on the top liner? So we've got a 6 metre, which isn't bad. Not bad at all, really, but we're not worried about saving too much money on the leasing cost. As long as it's not ridiculous, then I'm happy. I'm going to go with the Lexion. I would have liked to try something different, maybe, than the Lexion. Like maybe like this John Deere. How big is that? I mean, it holds 11,000. Right, so I decided to go with the Massey Ferguson in the end, just because I thought we can keep the trend on. We've got a few Massey Ferguson tools on the farm, and it's something different. But the main reason was the header was 7 metres, and I think that's probably ideal. Bit better than 5, obviously not as big as the 10. So just in the perfect sweet spot. Spent 13,000 at leasing this kit out, so not cheap at all, but I think we've gone for, you know, a good harvester here. Gonna have to swing around the back here, aren't I? With that blooming weight, there's been a burden. I keep forgetting about it. One day I'll come up with a tractor that's not got a weight on it that I can actually bring that back. Not ideal. We'll get this, we'll get this. But yeah, we'll get straight into the field, start harvesting. I will be using course plate, and I'll do the carting. And as we're going as well, we can do the baling. There we go, that's that. Job done. Let's just make sure that's all hooked up. It's actually not too bad, is it? decent little harvester. I mean, I'm sure this is just a reskin of another harvester. I don't think this is actually what a Massey Ferguson. I think it's just a reskin mod. Yeah, I'm hoping as well it can actually pull the header trailer. I'm sure it can. I'm sure I just saw the hitch. Should be a good harvest. This should. Combining them fields, it's all perfect. I think as well, it's not bad when it comes to soil type. Yeah, it's half of the field is loam, the other half is silty clay. But I mean, if it was these fields, I mean, the maize, for example, and the potatoes, we're going to get a maximum. We really are like 125%. But you know, everything else is spot on. I think we didn't roll, did we? There was one thing I missed because of the rain. Yeah, it was rolling. So the only thing in that field is rolling, but we still should get a good yield. Ooh. There we go. Right, so let's get this back and let's crack on with it. This country lane is pretty much the limit for this harvester. The absolute limit. I mean, I am clipping the sides of these hedges. And I know the update, yeah, the updated version to this map does have a feature where you can make the hedges not have collisions on. But the problem is I can't update again. And I know I don't need a new save. It's just that I've done a bit of GE work. So if I do update, I've got to redo that GE work. So I've been putting it off. So I might have to do it just because the hedges, as much as I like the idea, when the tracks like this are so narrow for a tool like this, it would just make it a lot easier, because we can get ourselves in a pretty sticky situation where I'm going to have to use probably super strength just to get out of it. But so far we're doing alright. We're getting there. So probably in the next episode we will work on all the grass fields again. We'll do some more hay, stock up on that so we've got plenty of it, because we're going to need quite a lot. And we'll probably move forward again at that point to obviously finish off with the potatoes and all that stuff. I'm trying to think, is there a better way to get in this field? We might have to turn right if I can, to see if I can actually make the turn. It's going to be tight. I might have to come in from the main yard. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. It's difficult to actually see, but if we just turn now and hope that the trailer follows us. Yep, that was alright. Not bad at all. So the last bit is getting into the field. It does look better though, doesn't it? Now, with that cow shed at the bottom here. I think it really does suit it. Alright, so probably going to have to move to about there just to get onto this so we can get in the field. And then we'll just have to nudge the trailer out the way. So Courseplay is going to start this off for us. And then we can go and get hooked up, set up for the trailer. And Bob's your uncle. Right, so I'm just going to pull this out the way just quickly so we can get in the field. There we go. Job done. Right, let's start this off and we'll make a bit of a dent just so we can actually start Courseplay off. Now we have got all the honey as well at the side of the field, which we've actually just collided into, but I'm hoping that will have a small benefit on our yield at the end. Hopefully it should. We're not picking up loads of straw, are we? And the yield, as you can see, is in the yellow, which is probably because of, yeah, we're getting 83% instead of 89%. It's not the best, but it's better than what we've got in the past, so you can't really complain too much of that. That's not too bad at all. Right, so let's just stop this a second. We'll go back, because obviously I've got a bit of a conflict on one of my keys there, so I can't actually open up Courseplay within a harvester. And we're going to try, I'd say more headlands better, because obviously the hedges become a big problem. Pick up the overlap to maybe like 15, and I think it has picked up the full field, which is good to see. We don't need to worry about skipping a row. And I think that should be fine. So let's start from here. First waypoint. Off you go. And there we go. We'll leave that to it. Should be making straw, but let's just... Yep, all good. So we just need to get back into our main tractor, the beefy one, 400 horsepower. And we should already be set up. We can get out to the field. I'm going to take a bit of a shortcut here and go through. The separated manure as well. It actually processed through all the slurry, and this is how much it made. I think it's like 20,000. So you can see that all that slurry, I think it was like maybe over 100,000, put it that way. We only got 20,000 separated manure. So it's not bad if you've obviously got more slurry than you can actually throw down on the ground. At least it makes it more compact and easy to store and maybe take to the biogas plant at that point then to make money from. And I was quite surprised how quickly it went through it all. And yeah, the amount that it processed was a lot less than I expected. That track actually worked out really well in the end. Right, so what I'm going to do now is stick in a bit of a montage. I'll cut here, wait for our call, and yeah, we'll be doing the carting. Might even get to the point where I bring down the baler and do a few bales as the harvest is going through. But yeah, it's going to be a big field, and hopefully we get a good yield. Right, so welcome back. We've finished the field and I'm actually happy with how it's turned out. We've got 22 bales, which isn't bad. It does seem a little bit less than you probably expect, but they are 9,000 litre bales, so it's not bad overall, and we aren't really using straw. To be honest, we could sell all the straw and it wouldn't be a problem. The only time I've been using straw really is for some bedding within the cow shed. So I know we've got another cow shed now. We could probably put bedding in all three if we needed to, so it really depends what we want to do. We could try and make some money, but I guess we'll decide when it's close to winter what we want to do with that. But the most important part is the yield. So let's have a quick look what we got. So if we go into, probably our storage would be best. There you go. So we got 38,285 litres of canola, which isn't bad. It's not obviously amazing, but for the size fields they are combined, that's about right. We could do a little bit better. We definitely could do a little bit better. Best thing to do is go into this, the time-saving stock check, and you can see that if we sold all 38,000 at the current price, we'd get 36,000. But if we wait, it says till December, so that's probably around the end of November, we'd get 50,000. So it's a decent amount of money. You know, that'll help us to pay off one of our loans if we have a quick look at them. Well, yeah, we could pay off the 75,000 one that we took out. It's only got 36,000 left. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. We will save it, like I said, until the right time. It just makes sense. But let's have a look at precision farming. There we go. Look at that. We got 92 in that field. And the only thing we didn't maximize on there is the weed. Yeah, weed control. So I expect it has gone up definitely, because we were at 8% before. So now we get a 9% increase in anything we sell. So we're up to 79. So really, if we start improving these fields, especially the ones at 65, that should jump up. It really should. And we can do much better with the grass fields. We really can. Tillage as well. We have to, it might be a good idea to replant in just to try and get the best score possible. But weed control's probably going to be, not very good on all these. I mean, we've done a decent enough score, really. If we got 92 all around the board, and that was our final score, I'd be happy with that. I think that's a pretty decent environmental score. And we'll obviously see quite a bit of reward from that. Definitely. I mean, if we get up to 10%, it's like 5,000 every time we sell 50,000 pounds worth of goods. You know, every time we sell milk as well, it adds up. So it's important to get this score up. It really is. It might be even more important to do it in regards than, you know, having a hit on weeds, for example, by using herbicide. We'd obviously take less yield, but if we do the spot spraying, we get a maximum score and so on. It could be an idea. Maybe in year 3 we'll try in that year, just because I think we'll be doing really well on everything else. Maybe the final thing on the series should be in year 3 to try and get a maximum environmental score of 100. That could be a bit of a challenge we can set ourselves. But I think overall, not bad. First task done for the year, you could say. Probably going to need, definitely needs some more fertilizer, and we'll plant in another crop. Maybe something that makes a bit more money. Maybe something that, you know, we can make the most money from, I'd say. We'll think about that, though, and decide where to go. But we have got a lot to do. We've got potatoes and a hell of a lot of maize. And obviously, next time around, we're going to be doing another cut of hay. Because, we want to try and get the most out of our milk, because that's where we make the majority of our money. Definitely from the cows. But overall, pretty decent. So in the next episode, what we'll be doing is we'll be definitely making some hay just to stock up. And then if we do get a third cut, we'll do some silage after that. But I think, you know, main focus should be hay and maize silage for feeding our animals. And then obviously we'll get some CCM and potatoes to help with the cows and the pigs, but mainly the pigs on that one. I do enjoy it when you get to the harvest season. It's always a good time, especially in game, because obviously, you know, you're kind of reaping what you sowed. But on that note, I am going to leave the video there, so thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. Like I said at the start of the video, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.